Discussion and possible action regarding Ordinance 2013-02, a text amendment to Articles 3 and 5 of the zoning ordinance related to the organization of the Board of Adjustment and the variance process in the town of Carefree. Mr. Stapley.
Although you also, in your respective capacities, serve as a Board of Adjustment, which responsibility is to review variance cases and appeals to zoning administrator interpretations and decisions. This text amendment is to change that and so that it takes the political aspect out of the Board of Adjustment, places it on an independently appointed board, and namely in this case, the Planning and Zoning Commission. Another aspect of this text amendment is this. It reduces the process from a 2 public hearing procedure to a 1 public hearing procedure. Currently, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommends to the Board of Adjustment their decision regarding a variance case. This would make that process go directly to the Board of Adjustment, in this case being the Planning and Zoning Commission. Staff and our council have researched this issue, the legality of it, and how other communities have handled this situation, and it is seen as a legal way of helping the town reduce its liability if the case were to be appealed to the superior courts. Why? Because it takes the political decision aspect out of the Board of Adjustment procedure and places it into an independent body that is not directly responsible to voters. The text amendment, like others, would go into effect in 30 days. The Planning and Zoning Commissioners would serve as the Planning and Zoning Commission, the Board of Adjustment, and the Development Review Board. Given those multiple hats, we reviewed the number of cases we've seen in the last 5 years, and there are approximately 3 to 4 variance cases and development review cases each year. And we feel that given the smaller community, the smaller pool of volunteers we have to draw upon to fill those seats in the Planning and Zoning Commission, this text amendment has been proposed as such.
We're trying to remove the political aspect from that zoning decision, that quasi-judicial decision we're trying to make apolitical. In the Mountainside Development Regulations, we're looking at an administrative act, typically done in an approval process by the Development Review Board. They make a review of a site plan. The party that is the applicant is being reviewed by the Development Review Board, feels aggrieved by a decision of the Development Review Board. And he can't go back to the Development Review Board. He has to go to another entity within the town for consideration. As a result of the Development Review Board, also the Planning and Zoning Commission, also the Board of Adjustment, making that initial decision, you don't go back to that original body. You are going to go back to the town council, in this case, as the appealing body. So there's a uniqueness in the structure of this proposal. Once again, we're unique because how small we are. We don't have a large pool of people to have all these separate bodies. So this is unique. It's unique in that we have a Mountainside ordinance that we have development review of these individual homes. That's unique. I don't know many communities that have it outside of Paradise Valley. We have the Development Review Board reviewing that as an administrative act. If the applicant feels that they're aggrieved by that decision of the Development Review Board, the process as defined here would then go to the town council.
Try and clarify, please. For a number of years, Mr. Neese has counseled me that it would be better for the town of Carefree if this elected body did not sit as a Board of Adjustment. We, after much discussion with the staff, decided that we have a body, P&Z Commission, that we could appoint as a Board of Adjustment. And it gives our citizens exactly what Mr. Stapley said. One-step process, you go to the Board of Adjustment, you get a decision, and you're done. You still have a right to appeal to the court if you don't like that. And it also takes this as a political body out of that Board of Adjustment process, because Board of Adjustment in most places is a technical decision, not a political decision. That's the intention of the first part. The problem is, what do you do with this Mountainside Development Ordinance? we're unique that we have this mountainside development thing. We had P&Z doing that, but those people are now going to be part of the Board of Adjustment. So you can't have P&Z doing mountainside reviews. If somebody doesn't like it, what do they do when they appeal? Well, you go to the Board of Adjustment, to walk in, you see the same 7 people sitting up here and you say, well, it looks like I'm going to get the same decision from the same 7 people. So we had to change Article 10 to give people who are appealing a mountainside decision by the Board of Development, with 7 people in P&Z, they come directly to the town council. So it gives people a way to appeal process, mountainside ordinances to the town council.
The spooky part is, I got the mountainside part.
Yeah. But the first part is simply to remove us as members of the Board of Adjustment and make the P&Z members the Board of Adjustment.
So the P&Z basically makes the determination on these items, and if somebody doesn't like it, who do they appeal to?
They have the same process they did before, and when they came to us as the Board of Adjustment, they didn't like the decision, they went to the court. We don't take away any rights, all we do is actually simplify the process in one step. The fundamental reason we want to take us out of this is we are an elected political body. And we found in court cases involving appeals from the Board of Adjustment that us sitting as a political body somewhat taints the process. It's usually a Board of Adjustment is a technical person. In some cases, it's architects, it's landscapers, it's people with technical ability. That's what a Board of Adjustment does. It makes technical corrections.
When you're looking at a variance, a zoning variance, there's a set of specific criteria as defined by Arizona state statute that you have to evaluate. Within the mountainside, we carved out a little niche for administrative review of a house being built on slopes exceeding 15%. So it's a idiosyncrasy within the structure of our ordinance that we adopted back in 2004, and we treated it like an administrative act. Planning and zoning are the residents of the community that you appoint to serve in that capacity. Obviously, they become more well-versed in the zoning ordinance and the issues as it relates to the zoning ordinance. As the council member knows, we have a couple that have served on the Planning and Zoning Commission. Obviously, you understand some of the issues that you face being on that panel, and you're not sitting there weighing the public perception or vote. You're looking at many times the criteria that's in front of you.
And that's what they're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
My
Which
concern
is a little bit different when you're serving in the capacity of a political position and you're weighing, hey, there's a room full of people here who may not like this decision. Should I vote this way or that way? So in the past, we've run into this issue, and it has come out in court hearings.
I hear you.
So it's reducing our liability. I don't know many communities that I have worked in that have a political body act as a Board of Adjustment. There's either a hearing officer or a separate body. A hearing officer is typically done in a conference room, and I don't want to say it's closed door, it's open to the public, but you can only get so many people in a conference room. Or a Board of Adjustment, separate body. We don't have that many people serve on a separate body. So we're being creative here with using the technical abilities of the Planning and Zoning Commission and their experience of learning the zoning ordinance and being the stewards of the zoning ordinance and the general plan.
Gary, have you presented this to the present P&Z?
Yes, as typical with any zoning ordinance proposal, it goes to the recommending body first, which is the Planning and Zoning. We've had a series of discussions with them. This is all a transparent process, so this dates back several months, and they recommend unanimous support for it.
No more comments? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2013-02, which changes the organization of the Board of Adjustment. Ms. Wise, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Councilmember Frank?
Yes.
Councilmember Farrar?
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared. Councilmember Jimson?
Yes.
Councilmember Saltzman,
Yes.
Councilmember Miller,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Price,
Yes.
Mayor Schwan.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.